My wife was kissing and flirting like Drake to a minor style with another man, inside a restaurant where he was with his siblings and mom. He sent me photos, I filed for divorce, blah blah blah, you get the idea. We had 3 kids, Dean, Kylie, and Jax. This year, my ex got terminal cancer. When Dean told me, Kylie and Jax, I didn't really care. I comforted my kids but personally, I didn't care. In fact, I'm ashamed of myself because of this. I was kinda excited to get full custody of Jax. Dean has already moved out and Kylie decided she wanted to stay with only me when she turned 18. So a few days later, I got a call from Dean. He told me that Lucifer was bedridden and she had asked Dean to talk to me. Basically, her last wish was to have one last conversation with me. I told Dean, quite bluntly, I'll admit, that no, I would not talk to her. All care I had for this woman evaporated when I found out she cheated on me. Dean understood but told me to expect a call from his maternal side as they had basically treated her like the world revolved around her in her last few months. Somehow, my ex-in-laws got my number and have been bombarding me with texts and calls calling me heartless and evil for not granting my ex her final wish. My kids and my ex's cousins, whom she never got along with, are on my side, but all of Lucifer's family and a few mutual friends are on her side. Update, yesterday, I posted a small story about denying my ex-wife her last wish. Anyway, it's only a small update, it's mostly just collectively responding to some general comments. Firstly, thanks for all the advice, love, hate and laughing about Lucifer's chosen name. Secondly, to all those saying she's getting her karma with cancer, stop. I might not like her, but I wouldn't wish cancer, let alone terminal cancer, on anyone, not even the woman who made my life a misery for a long few months. It's kinda messed up to say that sort of thing. I also want to talk about my resentment to my ex. To be clear, I do not hate her. Why? That would require me using energy thinking about her. I personally think this is energy wasted. I rarely have to do it anyway, even more rare now that 2 of my kids don't live with her part-time anymore. To the very few hurling insults at me, take a hike. If you're gonna give your opinion on something, do it respectfully. And now, the tiny update, many of you gave me the advice to not speak to Lucifer in person and instead write her a letter or make her a video call. I have spoken to all of my kids collectively and asked them their opinions. I also told them that what was previously suggested above would be the only way I would grant her this wish. My kids all decided that, whilst they would like me to speak to her, they totally understand if I don't want to. I told them that I'm seriously considering writing a letter or making a video, but I need more time to decide if that's what I want to do. So, I turned to internet strangers again. Advice would be greatly appreciated. Update, a while ago, I uploaded a post about my ex-wife, Lucifer, and also a small update that I didn't really consider a proper response to. I'm making this to update you all and answer a few questions. I'll start off with the 2 main questions. One was, did I talk to her? I ended up choosing not to. At first, a few months ago, I decided I would in person for the sake of my kids. However, upon arriving at the hospital I began hyperventilating and nearly passed out. After this, I went back on my word and decided not to. I did not think risking my own life just to speak to someone I have not seen in a very long time was worth it. The second question is pretty much the same sort of thing. Did I make her a video, call her or write her a letter? I also considered this, however, after I decided I might, something happened that made it impossible. Let me catch you up first. Shortly after my post, some of Lucifer's relatives that had been attacking me began to publicly post about me on social media. It even reached to more people. Most of these people I did not know. The posts were taken down when my 3 kids sat down with their mother's relatives and told them, in no uncertain terms, they would cut contact if this kind of thing continued. This seemed to stop it. I am incredibly grateful and feel blessed that my kids did this for me. They didn't have to but they did. Shortly after this, we received news that Lucifer might actually come out alive. Basically, what was killing her had sort of become benign and the doctors were working on treatment. This was short-lived. Just last week, Lucifer passed in her sleep. My children and their family are incredibly upset. I have comforted my kids and done my best to support them the whole way through. My kids have decided to begin planning her funeral. I have decided to attend at the request of my eldest, Dean, and at the request of a mutual friend of mine and Lucifer's who I'll call John. He supported me, despite still being friends with Lucifer, through the whole divorce process. I feel as though I owe it to him. John has told me that he will sit with me and make sure none of Lucifer's family trouble me. My youngest and my middle, Jax and Kylie, have agreed to do a similar thing by speaking to their relatives and distracting them. It's not fully planned yet and I will update you in maybe a month when the funeral takes place. Thank you for your continued support and compliments throughout the entire period since my first upload. Thank you as a whole, Reddit.
Story 2. My stepdaughter Becca died 4 weeks ago. I've been in her life since she was 7 years old. We were extremely close. My husband Derek, his ex-wife Sam, and I get along very well. There has never been an issue in the 7 years that I've been with Derek. Sam has always been kind to me. She didn't even care that Becca called me mom too. Right after Becca's passing, Sam had so much anxiety and depression that she was unable to be by herself. She has no family besides us, so we invited her to stay with us. Sam hardly leaves the house. She mostly just sleeps in Becca's room, which is completely understandable. I always tell her that I'm here if she needs me and that I want her to take her time grieving and that there is no pressure to go back to her home. Today I needed to run some errands, so I asked Sam if she'd like to join me to get out of the house a little bit, but she declined and said she'd rather just stay at the house and sleep. I told Derek that I was leaving and that I would be back in 2-ish hours. He works from home. I also told him to check on Sam every once in a while, and maybe try getting her to eat something. After stopping at the post office, I realized I forgot my library book that I needed to return, so I went back home to get it. As soon as I walked in the door, I heard noises coming from mine and Derek's bedroom. I immediately knew what was happening, and my heart completely broke at that moment. I wasn't completely sure what to do, but I ended up deciding to confront them. So I walked to the bedroom and opened the door and began yelling at them both. Sam started to run to the bathroom while Derek kept apologizing profusely. I asked him what the hell was was happening. He told me that he made himself and Sam some lunch and they began talking about Becca, and shared some memories, and then Sam ended up kissing him and he didn't pull back, and then it ended with them in our bed. They're begging me to understand that it was just grief that caused them to become intimate and that they both made a mistake. I don't know what to do. I love this man, and I love Sam. I'm heartbroken that they did this to me and put me in this position. I feel so stuck. Update: I decided that I'm filing for a divorce. I can't ever trust Derek again. It sucks because we had an amazing relationship, at least that's what I thought. He's always been great, so this was a complete shock to me. Last night, Derek came over to talk. He confessed a lot. Turns out it wasn't their first time having done the deed like most people thought. They've been having done the deed since 3 months before Becca died. I am completely shocked and heartbroken. Sam also reached out last night and thanked me for everything I've done for her, and told me she was sorry. I didn't respond. I blocked her. I did so much for Sam and considered her a friend, so this hurts a lot. More than I can handle. This is all too much. As hard as this is going to be, I need to leave Derek and cut them both out of my life. I am ready to do so. I am done. Also, some people are saying I deserve this because I should have known better than to let Sam into our home, around Derek, but you need to understand that I'm a giving person. I trust people more than I should. I truly thought Sam was an amazing person. I know it's unusual to become friends with your husband's ex-wife, but it's just how it went for us and I shouldn't be blamed for what happened. Thank you to everyone who commented nice things and for the kind messages. You've all been helpful during this insanely difficult time. I appreciate it. Update: I'm getting lots of questions about some things, so I figured I'd answer a few of them. Have I told anyone about what happened besides my mom? Yes, I told a few friends and some family members. Most of them are supportive of my decision and aren't speaking to Derek. Where is Derek staying? Currently, he's staying at a hotel. Our friends refuse to let him stay with them. He's lost a lot of people due to his awful decisions. Has he tried fighting me on getting a divorce? Yes, he begged me not to file for divorce, but when I told him I needed him to just let me go, and that I was too exhausted to fight him on this, he let it be and agreed to getting a divorce. Why isn't Derek staying with Sam? He told me he didn't want to continue to hurt me, so he told Sam he was done with her for good, and that they have no reason to speak to each other anymore. I have no idea if that'll last and if they'll just end up together, but I truly don't care what they do anymore. I just want peace. What was Derek's excuse for cheating? He told me that they just accidentally reconnected one night when I was away at my mom's. He was stressed we weren't conceiving and were having miscarriages, so he vented to Sam, and then somehow that led to sex. Disgusting of them both, I know. Feel free to ask anything else, and I'll try to answer. Thank you everyone for your support and advice. Update: I just found out that he is staying with Sam and not at the hotel. He told me it's too expensive to stay at a hotel and Sam is the only one that'll help him right now. I had a feeling this would happen. Just knowing that they are still probably sleeping together hurts my heart. I talked to a lawyer this morning and we are proceeding with the divorce and Derek agreed to it. It's actually happening, and I feel some relief that he's not fighting me on this. My mom leaves on Sunday. I'm scared to be alone. But I go back to work on Monday, so I'm hoping it'll be a good distraction. I'll keep updating if anything else happens. Thank you everyone. I am so grateful for you all. Update: I decided to go through some of Becca's stuff today. I just found her diary in a box in the back of her closet. Would it be wrong to read some of it? I feel like it would help me feel closer to her, but part of me feels like it's wrong too. I haven't told Derek that I found it either, and I'm unsure if I should tell him. What would you do? Update: I figured it's been a few days, so I should give a little update. My mom is leaving in a couple hours, so I'll be alone. I'm kinda nervous about it. She helped me stay distracted and kept me going. Like how I'm gonna handle her being gone. I go back to work tomorrow, the first day back since Becca passed away. I'm looking forward to it though because it'll keep me distracted. Also, I did read some of Becca's diary. It made me love her even more. She was such a sweetheart. I went back a few months and saw that she noticed some weird behavior between Derek and Sam. Didn't mention that she knew of the affair, but she just wrote that she thought it was kinda strange that they all three would hang out more than usual. Without me, I might read more, but so far I haven't found anything that's disturbing. Just her being a teenager and talking about crushes, fights with friends, happy family memories, etc. Tomorrow I'm also talking to my lawyer, so I might have more updates on that. Thanks for the continuous love and support everyone. Update: started randomly getting a lot more messages/comments, so I figured I'd do another little last update. My first week back at work went great. I wasn't expecting it to go so well, but thankfully it did. My coworkers were so helpful and patient with me. On Friday night I decided I didn't want to stay home all weekend alone, so I decided to drive up to my mom's. It helps that I have a 3-day weekend so I can spend more time with her. I'm heading back home tomorrow. Also, for those of you that have messaged me hateful things for reading Becca's diary, I just have to say, you aren't in my shoes right now. Telling me I'm a bad mom because I'm reading her diary is just ridiculous. I learned so much more about her, about how caring and sweet she is, and it made me love her even more. It's how I'm able to feel so close to her right now, so please don't tell me I'm a bad parent for just trying to get by one of the hardest times of my life. You have no idea what it's like. I don't have much of an update, so this will be it. I'll come back and update once the divorce happens though. Thank you to those of you that have been nothing but kind and helpful. You helped me feel less alone. I'll forever be grateful. Update: Sam saw my Reddit post and is intimidating to sue me. Sam made a fake FB profile to message me and tell me she wants to sue me for telling strangers about what happened. Derek supports her apparently. I don't need this. Am I not allowed to vent about my life to people online? I just want life to get better. I'm so tired. F you Sam, F you Derek.